Wolf pack, wolf pack, my little wolfies. It is time for us to open once again the Moonlight Brew. Did you miss me, wolfies? Because I certainly missed you. It is I, your resident werewolf VTuber, Katagiri Jinro, and welcome to my humble abode, the Moonlight Brew, where we serve coffee as well as adult beverages, as well as have fun discussions and play some video games. Today, we're going to be playing another video game, one that I'm very excited to play. We played yesterday, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and today, we're going to have a game that has monsters in it as well, that being zombies, because today, we're going to take a trip, wolfies. Do you know where we're going? We're going to Racoon City, or at least the outskirts of Racoon City, as we play Resident Evil HD Remastered. This is the original GameCube game that came out on PC and was remastered and modernized the controls a little bit. I have played this game on the GameCube a very long time ago, but I actually do not remember anything of this game because it's been way too long. I did also play the original Resident Evil on the PlayStation 1, as well. I think it was also on, I want to say the Sega Saturn had it, but I'm not entirely sure because my memory is a little bit foggy. So, we're going to play through some of it today. I'm not a speedrunner, and because my memory is foggy in this game, anything could possibly happen. We are going to probably pick one of the easier settings, just so that this could be a little bit comfy. And if I remember correctly, Resident Evil GameCube remake, the game, basically this is considered Resident Evil now, because the old game's kind of gotten reconned out of existence, so to speak. But this one's just known to be notoriously hard, even on the easiest difficulty. I was actually playing a little bit of this game a couple weeks back because I did pick it up on a Steam sale. I think I got it during Black Friday, if I remember correctly. And I started to play through it again after not playing this game in what could only be an eternity. And I completely forgot stuff. I was playing as Chris, and I even forgot that you had to light zombies on fire and get kerosene, because if not, they'll come back. Because I don't remember that in the original Resident Evil, but that was definitely a mechanic in the GameCube version, so we have to be a little cautious. I'm going to be playing as Jill. We're going to be doing easy setting for the moment. If my wolfies enjoy this, we'll also do a Chris playthrough, and we'll try to bump up the difficulty if necessary, but for now, we're going to do a very chill, comfy vibe as we continue to get to know each other better, wolfies. Would you like that, my little wolfies? Would you like for us to get a little bit closer? So who wants coffee? Who wants adult beverages? Do you want a donut? A cookie? Maybe some sweets like cheesecake? We have all these things in the Moonlight Brew. What do you want, my little wolfies? Let me know before we get started. But I think it is time that we get started with the game for today. It'll take a second to show up here. Let me double check here, because sometimes the game will get a little bit funky. Let me just double check real quick, my little wolfies. Make sure that these guys can see the game. Okay, you can. Good. When I go back into this, it will continue the game, okay? So don't worry, don't worry. We're here for the long haul. I hope you're all doing exceptionally well today. Is my controller plugged in? No. Because why would I have done that before stream? Does that happen to anybody else, that they go to stream a game and they forget to plug in the controller? I am going to be playing this on controller, because trying to play this on PC controls would probably not go very well. As I mentioned before, I do have a little bit of tendonitis in my paws for many, many years of gaming. So we're going to start a new game, Resident Evil. I'm very excited to play this. We're going to play with the wide setting, so it looks good. We're going to play with the alternate controls, because although I do know how to play with tank controls, I want a little bit easier time, because the game will be lowered, because we, audio balancing and everything. I will put the subtitles on just for you, my little wolfies. Anything for you. Okay, so this is how the difficulty settings are. The first one is the hardest. The second one is normal. And the third one is baby mode. We're going for baby mode because we just want to relax and chill and enjoy ourselves. And baby mode in this game is really more like normal, and normal is more like hard. And then hard is like extreme. So let's just do this. We'll move the crosshairs here. Oh, that's interesting. This is already unlocked for us. I was not expecting that. I didn't beat the game in a certain fashion. I wonder why that stuff is naturally unlocked now. Well, it matters not, my little fees. What matters is we're going to play with Jill. Should we play original style Jill? No, that's not. That's the BSA agent. This is original Jill. Jill Valentine. Now, I will be a little bit quiet for certain cutscenes, only because I want you to be able to hear the game. As well as you don't need me to be a chatty Jinro. That would be a very bad werewolf.
Alpha team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Racoon City.
Hmm.
We are searching for the helicopter of our
That should be Chris Redfield.
Who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Mm-hmm. The graphics are really nice in this, I must admit.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Racoon City.
Hmm.
There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10
It looks really, really good for a game that's quite old. Eaten alive. Cannibalism.
The team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Oh, that's never a good sign. That's usually what happens in a horror movie.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict.
Ooh. Things are getting a bit dicey, one might say.
Save for the remaining body of Kevin.
I knew a Kevin once. Not the very nice guy.
We continued our search for the other members.
That's Wesker.
And it turned into...
I won't spoil anything in case my wolfies have never seen this game before, or are familiar with Resident Evil. I know some people probably in chat will say, oh, do you mean Chris and Jill from Fortnite? Yes, they are actually skills. Or skins, I should say. A little tongue-tied. I'm still very excited. First week of streaming with you all. Nobody there? Everything should be alright, right? Nothing to see here. Move on. Ooh, on your left. I mean, it's just a flesh rune, right? Surely he's okay. I mean, right? Surely. Oh, Jill. This does not bode very well for her. She looks traumatized. Yeah, I think it's safe to say, Wolfies, that some of our relatives did not take very kindly to the members of STARS. They seem a little bit hungry. This is what happens to me sometimes when I don't have my coffee in the morning. This is also me when I have too much of the adult liquors. He looks like Brad just dipped out of town, Chris. Oh. Wesker being a bit of a badass there. They'll have to stick together if they want to survive this nightmare horror. Yes, I mean, always running into a mansion in horror games is a good idea. Nothing bad ever happens in mansions, right? In horror movies? Enter the survival horror.
There are only 3 STARS members left now.
Only 3 of them? They got all wiped out.
Myself. We don't know where Chris is.
Oh, this doesn't look so bad. I mean, it looks kind of like out of a Scooby-Doo movie.
What is this place?
Who's that dude? Oh, it's Brad. Hmm?
That's for sure.
Where's Chris?
Hey, Whisker, where's Chris?
That's what I just said, Jill.
No. You don't want to go back out there.
Why?
But we've got to find...
Oop.
What was that?
That was a gunshot at the scene.
Chris?
No.
Jill,
Well.
go and investigate.
Why do I have to go? Shouldn't you, like, come with us, Wesker?
Chris and I go back a long way.
That's Barry. I remember Barry.
You two go. I'll secure this area.
Alright then.
Stay sharp.
I guess we're gonna clear through the door. I forgot, this is classic Resident Evil game, so one of the ways that they kind of hit the loading screens from people was that the doors would just randomly open. I have a good gaming PC though, so the load times are going to be very slow for us on PC. This is very creepy already, the atmosphere. Let's make sure we grab this. Now, this is a very old video game, so in these games, you could not always save. You actually had to, how do you put it? Let me pause here 1 second. I want to make sure that you can hear me, my little wolfies. Just, I want to make sure we're not muted. Okay, we're not muted. That's good. That's good. Very good. Very good. Alright, let's continue then. Alright. So as I was saying, my little wolfies, in these old games, you want to make sure that you pick up all the items, particularly ink ribbons, because you can't save whenever you want to in these type of games. You have to actually use ink ribbons. So you have to conserve your saves, conserve your bullets, conserve your ammo. You just can't go blasting all around. I do think, though, we are going to at least use one save. Maybe not just yet. Let's just hope we don't die. The good thing is we already have a gun, so...
I better take a look at this.
What is it?
That's what I was about to say. Did he just taste blood? Is he a vampire?
Jill,
We don't get along with too many vampires, to be honest.
I'll be examining this.
Hmm.
Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
How are you going to examine blood without, like, a machine to do that? I feel like he just chickened out on us. Can I... What is this? This is the crest, right? We're not going to take that crest yet, because there are certain items where if you pick them up too early, and you don't have the inventory space, it will kind of mess you up long term. So instead, what we should do... Look around. Can I unlock things? It's locked from the other side. Because I remember Jill has, like, a lockpick instead of the lighter. It's locked. An emblem of armor is carved in. I'm very concerned here. We could run down this way, right? What's the worst that could happen, my little wolfies? It's locked. An emblem of a sword is carved into it. Okay, so we cannot go this way. Not just yet, my little wolfies. I, like I said, have not played this game in quite a while, so I am going to be a little bit rusty. My memory's going to be a little foggy on certain parts. That's the fun of revisiting games of this nature. Surely that person on the ground is okay. Nothing bad will happen to him, right? Well, that's going to give us nightmares for a while. Ooh. That's a very cute zombie that we are not going to mess around with. So let's get out of Dodge, because we really shouldn't square up with the first zombie. That's the thing about this game. You can't kill every zombie that you see, too.
Look out! It's a monster!
Oh, Barry. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, Barry, you better move back. Barry, I don't like the way this is going. Whew.
What the hell is this thing?
I think it was a zombie.
Killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Yes, let's report to Lester. Before we go anywhere else. Should we save, Wolfies? Do you think it would be wise just to have a starting point here so we don't have to constantly... Like, let's say we die and then we have to watch those cutscenes again. I really wouldn't have to do that. So as you see, I was playing through this game already before. Off of stream, clearly. We'll save there. Let's go through here. Can we... Door is locked? I was about to say, that can't be true. I was about to get scared there. Well, you hear the zombie even growling in the background. Is Barry going to be our companion for the whole game?
Wesker!
That would be interesting.
Jill, help me look for him. Let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
Okay. So we're looking for Wesker in the hole now? Alright. Very old controls. Can I go for the door? Better finish searching the hole first. Okay. So we gotta look for Wesker, right? Where could Wesker have possibly gone? Better finish searching the hall first. The main hall? Or just this area? Maybe downstairs is where we have to check, but let's check everywhere up here just in case. Better finish searching the hall first. Yes, I believe we have to go back down. Because I believe we can't, yeah. That pretty much verifies it. We have one other door that we could go through. The camera angles in this game are going to be a little bit wonky. Just due to the nature of old games like this with the tank controls. So I could have probably gone down the first staircase. But because obviously camera shifts a little bit, you could get a little bit
Any luck, Jill?
disoriented.
Nothing. What's going on around here?
What is going on around here?
Same here.
Chris and now Wesker.
Both of them have
Much
disappeared.
we can do. We can search for him separately.
So he wants to split up already?
Okay then, I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost.
Hmm.
Let's start from the first floor.
Well, Jill definitely has a more structured storyline compared to Chris's playthrough, I'll tell you.
It's a lockpick.
Oh, we got a lockpick.
Better use of it.
That's going to be pretty useful for us. And it goes in our upper area? So that's a
Thanks.
all-time use type of thing.
Listen, if something happens,
If something happens with. Okay.
got it?
Sounds like a plan. Even though, really, we should step together, because if it... As Barry said, the mansion is so large. Wouldn't you want to stay together? I'm going to check for this door, because that's what we were instructed to do. And let's see if we can find some things. Well, did you see that? There's a shiny object there. Let's see, can I move this a little bit? Yes, we can. I believe that if I remember correctly, that's the map. So I believe what we should do is push this a little bit forward. Then we can climb up on that. Let's climb up and investigate what this is. There's a map of the mansion, first floor. Take it? Well, of course we're going to take it. So we are basically here. There is a typewriter location there, which is the one we already saw. Anywhere that is brown on this means that we have seen that area. You got the map of mansion, first floor. Let's look over here a second, my wolfies. These camera angles are going to be a little bit archaic by today's standards. So my apologies if you don't like what you see. This is a dagger. Should we take it? Using defensive items such as daggers will allow you to escape momentarily when grabbed by an enemy. However, you will not be able to escape when the enemy grabs you from behind. To equip a defensive item, go to the status screen and then select an item from the defensive item menu, then select Equip command. If your defensive item mode is set to manual in the control settings, you can press LB to use the defensive item. I don't remember if we have it set. It looks like we already have it set to that. So I think we should get out of... Ooh. We're going to have to use one of those items already. We're not going to be able to get through this guy. Wait for the camera angle. There we go. Let's run. I forgot about that cutscene. So, it's okay. It's locked. An emblem of a sword carved into the lock. We're not going to waste bullets. That would be very bad for us. Alright. We got the map at least. So we're off to, I would say, at least a decent start. If I remember correctly, one of the first things we're going to need is in the graveyard area. I believe it's the only door here that we can go through. Okay. Yes, this is the case. This is the way. I believe there's also some shotgun or grenade ammo somewhere around. So we have to keep our eyes peeled. There's the cemetery back there. Locked from the other side. A crumbling tombstone. There's no names or inscription. Let's see. My little wolfies. I think if we go back this way. And then we turn this way. Can we go this way yet? No. We need an arrowhead. There's an indentation in an arrowhead form. Okay. So in that case, we have to go back to the main area. I believe there was somewhere else we could walk through, though. Here. And there's there. Felt like there was more of an area. I think that you can cut through here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so... This is shotgun shells. I do not remember if we actually get access to a shotgun later. I'm gonna assume maybe, but since we're not gonna be really backtracking too much, it's okay to take the shotgun shells now. We can always dump them into a crate later on. Because we should be coming up around the first crate in the direction that now... I remember where the arrowhead is. The arrowhead is on the upper floor of where we first met the first zombie. But we don't have the keys to the upper area, so we have to take the long way to get to it. So we have to go through the double doors. This was a very ingenious way of hiding load screens back in old school video game days. Very, very ingenious of that. Looks like the zombie is still dead. That's good. We're not going to pick up the emblem thing because we don't need it. That's not going to do anything for us right now. So, the zombie that we stabbed was this way, which means there's a free area here to explore. The corpse of your the corpse of your comrade, Kenneth. It looks like he's holding something. It's the film that belonged to Kenneth. I need a video player to see what's recorded on it. So we'll have to find a VHS player, which is not very easy to come by in this year. Does anybody even in chat know what a VHS player is or a VHS cassette? Do any of you know, my little wolfies? If so, let me know in the chat. I'm watching to see responses. That looked like... For a minute there, I thought I saw a zombie silhouette. Will you take the handgun magazine? Why, yes we will. Because we need all the ammo that we can get in the beginning. So we have help items here. We will have to combine some of these. Potentially. We'll take that green herb as well. So as you can see, the cameras can get a little bit disorienting. Ironically though, the modern controls still are a little bit better for this game compared to tank controls. I know a lot of people swear by the tank controls, but tank controls don't hold up very well. Even though Resident Evil 2, OG Resident Evil 2 is what I'm talking about. That one was a pretty good game. It's locked from the other side. There's a lot of doors here that are locked from the other side. I was not expecting... Don't we have a knife? Ooh, that was a jump scare. It's a good thing I picked up some health items, right? This is the arrowhead. We're going to pick it there. Okay, so we gotta examine this, but we're not gonna examine with... There's some ammo here. I'm not gonna shoot the zombie because we don't want to shoot anybody right now. It's locked from their side because we need to conserve the bullets. You unlocked it. Okay, good. We can take a bite. They could take a little bit of a nibble. Hopefully it won't infect us with... What was it in this game called? The T-virus. We also have to do something else on this floor. This is what I was looking for originally. Can I equip this? Yes, I can. Well, I love when a plan comes together, my wolfies. I need to push this out of the way. But we gotta be careful of the zombie. It's I don't know where the zombie is right now because the control obviously in the camera angle. But let's knock this down. Alright. Keep an eye out for the zombie. Okay, it doesn't seem to be on the first floor. Or at least the top first floor. So, not the worst situation, but I do believe we're gonna have to do a couple of things. First off, I believe we should combine these two green herbs together to make a bigger green herb. Next, we should examine this as the game had instructed us to do. The arrowhead looks like it can be removed. Well, then we will remove it. So now we have an arrowhead. Where can we use an arrowhead, my little wolfies? Where have we already seen an arrowhead? Ah, that's right. In the cemetery area. So I believe we're going to be getting our first key pretty soon, which will then open up a couple doors that we can explore a little bit more of the mansion. This is a lot of backtracking in this game, so kind of, in a way, a horror survival Metrovania-like type of game in a way. Even though Resident Evil, the original one, kind of revolutionized how horror games operated. This camera angle, though, it is a little bit naughty when you're trying to hit the button one way, and it takes you a different way. Alright. There's an indentation. I forgot that this is not the Resident Evil where you can simply just automatically put the items on things. You have to actually go into the main menu to do it. Right, so that opened up a lower mausoleum-like area. What are we gonna... Oh, I thought there was a zombie there. I got scared. Me, a very powerful Jinro, being scared of a game. What madness is this? So these are the stone masks. We cannot put any stone mask here yet. It's just not any of them available. I think we're about to find the book. This is not the Book of the Dead, this is the Book of Curses. Let us examine this book. It seems like a regular book, but behold, here's a key. Will you remove it? Yes, we got the mansion key. And the Book of Curses has opened up to show us something. Book of Curses. The four mask. A mask that speaks no evil. A mask that smells no evil. A mask that sees no evil. A mask that cannot speak, smell, or see evil. When all four fall into place, evil will awaken. That sounds like a boss fight. Well, we're gonna be on the hunt for four masks now. Let's examine this key. What does it have? There's an engraving of a sword. We now have a sword key. Now we can open up all those doors that has a sword icon on them. Do you remember, my little wolfies, what doors were there on the first floor that had the sword emblem? I cannot recall too many of them. I do know in the main area I did see one, I believe. So, we're gonna... Do you hear that? It is my brethren. They are calling to me. They are howling. We must howl back, my little wolfies. Clearly they will not harm us if they know that we are a Jinro. So we have options. I think perhaps one of the best options right now is to find a storage container. Perhaps coming back this way would be perhaps beneficial to us. We want to use the sword key in as many areas as possible. So let's try over this way and see what we can unlock. There should be a couple of doors, and I believe there's a lower area that might work in our benefit. Before we go this way, my little wolfies, let us check these... I hear a zombie. Oh. He's just chilling there. I cannot dodge him. Well, if you ain't dying, you ain't trying, right? It's gonna be interesting. It's got auto aim. Let's move back a little. Really didn't want to waste ammo of this nature, but... Oop. I should probably not have done that. Let us use the knife here a second. I don't trust this thing. If I remember correctly, sometimes they'll tend to play dead. Take that. And that. Oh, I think he's dead. Or undead dead. Alright, that was not so bad, my little... At least we killed our first zombie. We wasted some ammo doing that. But... it is to be expected. That guy was in our way. We had no choice. We had to use the gun in that particular situation. Hopefully we won't run into more of it. It's locked. This is the armor key. We might have wasted ammo on a zombie that we weren't ready to kill yet. There is a possibility. Let's examine the door. Alright, this does open up this area. I'll try better next time to conserve more ammo, my little wolfies. That does not sound very good. That sounds like there's a lot of angry things potentially here. It's a bunch of spices you've never seen before. Interesting. A piece of meat from an unidentified source. The dishes are crawling with maggots. Well, that's not very appetizing. Who would want to eat something with maggots? Why did we come down here? I don't really see anything that we can actually use. Can I activate this door? There's no power to it. We can't pick up anything that this guy has dropped either. We opened the door. Well, there's more ammo. So this wasn't all for naught. Is there anything else we can pick up? Another combat knife. That'll come in very handy. For whatever horrors we run into. A bunch of spices you've never seen before. It's locked from the other side, so there is another door. Interesting. Well, this surely is not going to be a bad situation, right? Something is a bit off. That's not me walking through the door, is it? Well, this just got a little bit dicey. My apologies, my little wolfies. It seems like we have perhaps not a fire in my area, but there seems to be some traffic. My apologies for that. It's a very loud one. I am going to mute my mic till it passes. Oh, never mind. It seems to have stopped. Please pardon that. In the coffee shop, we are in a very big metro area. So from time to time, EMS services, we might hear them. Even with the best microphone buffering, you know, audio. Sometimes loud things will just be loud. It's out of our control. How are you all doing? Hopefully very good. Have you finished your first round of coffee? That does not sound good, whatever the hell that was. Do you hear that? That sounds very scary. Do you remember hearing something in this area before? This is where we got the green herbs from. I don't remember hearing that. Actually, if we go through this door, there's going to be 2 doors that we can unlock. But there's some zombies that way that we probably wouldn't want to deal with. But we're already on this side, so I feel like we've already committed to it. We'll try our best not to have to kill some zombies in here. But I believe there's a door that I haven't unlocked here. There's a loading screen. That's quite different. I have not seen a loading screen upon a loading screen. Hopefully we did not get a crash. That would be very unfortunate with these. Maybe we might have to go back to just chatting. If after all that hard work we got a game crash, that would be quite unfortunate. Let me go back into the coffee tab. I am sorry about that, my little wolfies. It looks like something might have crashed there. Let me check it. I will be right back. Okay, that was pretty quick. It was a fast one. The game will be coming back here in a second. I just got switch tabs back. Seems like it was a loading issue for a second, but I was able to correct it with relative ease. Alright. Did we unlock this door? I can't remember which way we came from. It's hard. You have to remember so many things with Resident Evil. Oh, we cannot grab the key from here yet. As you see, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but there's a trap here. When you grab the key, this gets pushed there. You have to make the fake key, so to speak. So in order to get the fake key, we will have to use the dog whistle on a dog. In order to get the dog whistle, we have to go somewhere in the top area. These green herbs, I'm not gonna... Can we dodge him? I think maybe we should be able to get... Because you don't want to use all your ammo. That's where people kind of mess up in Resident Evil. They use the ammo on zombies that they can dodge. Also, the more zombies you kill, they will come back as Crimson Skulls in this game, where they're faster and stronger and cause many headaches. Let's use the sword key here. This should give us some area that we can do something with. Okay. There's some zombies around here too. I should be able to lockpick this. I don't remember what was in here. I'm hoping it's like... maybe a chest area. Oh, this is the outside area. This is the area that you use to summon the dog. We don't need to go through here just yet. So I'm just going to keep that door obviously unlocked. So far, we're getting very engrossed. There are 2 zombies around here now. I believe we have to go down? Oh, which way are they? Oh, hello there, buddy. Oh, hello there, buddy. I really don't have a choice here. Because he will... There's too many of them. We can't dodge both of them. I will try to stab him now. I don't. Yeah. That's why I didn't trust him. He's still alive. Well, he's dead now. But the problem is, we have a nerd buddy boy that's coming after us. I am going to let him live for now. It looks like this one's been dead for several hours. This is going to be a save point area, as well as our first safety chest, whatever you want to call it. So this will help a little bit. There's a first aid spray. We're not going to need that. We certainly are not going to need the shotgun shells because we do not have the shotgun. You could take the ink ribbons, but what I've learned in this game is you always kind of want to conserve your inventory space. So I'll take the gun magazines because I feel like that's something that would be helpful. Just because you want to get as many ammos as possible. Let's pick this up. Special instructions for the disposal of dead bodies. We have new information regarding those beings. They may appear to be dead, but in fact they are able to overcome, or excuse me, come back to life. However, there are ways to prevent them from becoming active again. Currently, there are 2 known methods to cease their resurrection: incinerate and destruction of the head. If further methods are discovered, you will be notified immediately. Meanwhile, to those of you who still have the will to live, oil has been placed on the first floor of the mansion. Take as much as you need. You'll need something to light it with, which you'll need to find by yourself. We need to find a lighter then. It's an old typewriter. You can save your progress. Use the ink ribbon? Yes, we'll use 1 because we've got a significant amount of progress. You want to kind of stagger your saves. So you don't always want your saves to be in an area. Like, you should do it every half hour if you have the ink ribbons for it. We don't have that many ink ribbons, so we're not going to go super crazy with the saves. We're just going to play cautiously. I don't believe there's too many other things I can unlock here. The dog whistle is somewhere around. I don't think it's down this way, though. If I'm not mistaken. It smells faintly unpleasant. The dog whistle is not on this floor area, because this can't be unlocked, can it? Oh, this can. Well, that's fortunate. I think here we're going to find maybe like another knife or grenade or something. This is definitely where the kerosene is. Remember that much. Will you take the battery back? Sure. I don't know what that battery does, though. Just some old furniture. Wasn't there a shotgun here, too? Will you take the broken shotgun? Yes, because we'll need that for something later on. We'll take the ink ribbon as well. So we got a couple of items. Here's the kerosene, but we don't have a lighter. Which means we can't really do much. We've already killed 2 bodies that will come back to life as a Crimson Head. Actually 3 if I remember correctly. So we want to try to avoid killing as much as possible. Killing would be very long, and killing would be very bad. I hear a zombie, but I need to check on something. How are you? It's good. We are already 40 minutes in. I'm so glad we saved because we just got a game crash there, my little wolfies. I'll be right back. What stream would be a stream without a little bit of scuff, right, my little wolfies? So the game is going to be coming back up now. I will have to double check it to make sure. Biohazard, yep, that is good. I'm gonna bounce between tabs here for a second. Just because OBS is a little bit... Okay, good. We're exactly where we need to be. We should be fine now. It's a good thing that I had saved when I did, because I anticipated we were going to get a crash, my little wolfies. The thing about it is I noticed earlier on, remember with the long load? There's a long load session, so that's how I was able to anticipate. I was like, yeah, we probably should save right about there. Let's do this again. We already know what we're looking for. That's good. We have to be very careful of the zombie, though. So we're going to go unlock that area again to pick up the items that we already had. So there's a door here, down this corridor. We'll unlock with the lockpick. The door we need the armor key for, which we don't have yet. The armor key, we have to get the dog whistle to be able to play kind of the Indiana Jones type thing. The battery pack, I don't remember, honestly, what the battery pack was for. So we got the broken shotgun, which we'll need later on for a puzzle. We got the ink ribbon, which we'll take now. We're going to drop some of these items into the box. I do not recall where the battery pack is supposed to go. Do any of you know, my little wolfies? If so, it is okay. I do not mind backseating. I understand you want to be as much as part of the stream as I want for you to be, interacting with me. So, although, no big spoilers, but if you feel a need to backseat, it's okay. I mean, I have played this game. It's just been a very long time, so you're okay to do that. Unless I otherwise specify at the beginning of the stream, it is usually okay with me. Because I understand your need to want to help me, wolfies. And I appreciate that you want to help me. You're such all really good wolfies. You should all get head pats from me. But that's why I'm serving coffee, because we can't have... We need to get that zombie away. We're gonna have to juke him. I don't really want to kill him, because it's just gonna create more crimson heads. And we don't have a lighter to really be able to do anything. I need him to... That's a narrow corridor. I need him to kind of, like, turn the corner where we have enough space. So I'm concerned. I really don't want to shoot him. I need him to, like... Nope, that was a bad idea. Good thing we have that knife. Sit down, sir. We cannot have you doing that. I did not consent to that. This is locked. It's a helmet key. What is this? Unlocked it. Well, we're not going to be able to come back this way for a while. But we got a couple of items that should help unlock some of the air puzzles that we need. So we unlocked this door. That's actually good. Alright. We're going to have to find where else we can use the sword key, Wolfies. Do any of you know? Did any of you keep an eye out for a door with a sword key icon on it? Weren't there some, if I'm not mistaken, Wolfies, up in the upper area, in the main lobby, that we can... Those growls are quite scary. They are not general growls. We howl, actually, at the moon as werewolves. I mean, there are still some things that I even am afraid of, Wolfies. Will you protect me from the big bad zombies? This is going to spawn as a Crimson Skull. So we're going to have to be very careful. They spawn after a certain amount of time. But I'm not quite sure how much time needs to pass before that. Also, in case you are wondering, my little wolfies, there's an item that dropped here. I'm not going to pick it up just yet. I am going to show you what it is. This is the blue gemstone. We need to put this into a tiger statue, but the tiger statue is quite a while away. So we'll leave it on the ground. We're not going to save again, because remember, we put the ink ribbons away. And you want to conserve your saves as much as possible. You want to be able to stagger, as they say, your saves. So if I'm not mistaken, Wolfies, wasn't there another sword key up this way? Not through that door. Let's climb up this way. Was it this floor that had it? We used the sword key. Okay, but before we do that, I want to be able to open up as many doors as possible. Because you really don't want to have to keep using the same key over and over again, keeping it into your inventory space. This is locked from the other side. But I believe this door is not. I believe we just went in a full circle. We might have made a square. Yes, we don't need to go through there. There is a zombie waiting for us. That could be potentially bad for us, Wolfies. So we're going to go through... Not that door. All these doors look the same. It's very easy to get lost in this mansion. That door was the other key. I believe we're trying to go through this door. We should be good. In practice. Yes, we haven't been to this area yet. This is where we can get the dog whistle. I don't remember. This is the armor door? Yes. Keep an eye out for any shiny objects. This is locked by the armor key as well. We could grab something here for a map, but the problem is we don't have a lighter. I think we should ignore it for now. This is locked from the other side. I don't remember this door being open. I thought you had to unlock it with a key. There's the dog whistle I'm talking about. Will you take the dog whistle? We will. A crumpled memo. Today, Sir Spencer told me to hide something where no one could find it. Well, I had this idea. I figured if I could somehow have it protected by a dangerous animal, like the vicious canine that lives here, no one would be able to get near it. That's not a bad idea. As far as I can tell, the mutt is always hanging around the second floor balcony, on the west side of the terrace. Remember earlier where I said we could go? And you ought to come running at the sound of a dog whistle. This is where you come in. The thing is, I reckon you're the only person that can get near that damn dog without risking a serious mauling. Which means only you can put this collar on him. The object that Sir Spencer wants hidden is concealed inside. You're the only person I can trust with this. Of course, you'll get something out of it as well. Hopefully monetary compensation. Remember that certain item that you've always wanted to get a hold of? Well, in exchange for your services, I just might be able to get it for you. This could work out well for both of us. John Tolman. Interesting way that they named him. Alright, so we got the dog whistle. Should probably examine it just a little bit, just so that we can actually use it, right? Okay. I'm not going to read that, because it's just telling you it's a generic dog whistle. This is a chess piece carved into ivory. The game appears to have ended in checkmate. That's actually a throwback to... Wow, we have a lot of gun ammo, and here I am trying to conserve it all. We're still going to, though, because later in the game you might not have ammo. That's the thing. The game will lure you into a full sense of security. We got the lighter. Let's go. But we don't have a kerosene tank yet. Books of various peoples of the earth. So now we're getting somewhere with my little wolfies. We have the dog whistle. We found the lighter, which we're always going to have to try to keep on hand with us. Oh, I did not expect to see a lovely chap there. I still have to explore that. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I don't have a choice. I really don't. Which way do we go, George? Let's go through this door. You're probably looking at me like, but Jinro, Katagiri, why are you running away like a coward? Aren't you a great, powerful Jinro? Because we need this. We need that kerosene. This is a very tough decision. We're going to forego having the knife with us for the moment. Because we need a slot for the kerosene. This is the fuel canteen. You'll need these to burn zombie bodies. Also gonna need... See, this is where it gets a little bit difficult. Because I will have to actually save, because we've made enough progress where I don't want to have to backtrack that much. So I need to actually take out a ribbon. Okay, we got the ribbon. Let's fill the kerosene left. The reason I'm doing it that way is because I don't want to have to then do it after the save. Because next time we play the game, I will perhaps not be familiar with that. Alright, save is successful. Later on, I believe there's like items drop here where you can pick them up. Because we're on a little bit of an easier difficulty, so to speak. Although, it's still quite difficult, this game. We're gonna take the broken shotgun with us for now, because we're gonna have 1 or 2 inventory spaces open up pretty soon. Now, if we wanted to, if these zombies are squaring up with us, we can burn these bodies. If necessary. Like, but this guy's not really attacking us just yet. We could use this door. Problem is, I want to explore the other area. Door looks like it's very full apart. Go through it? No. I know where that's taking us. Alright. We have no choice. I don't know if he's particularly dead just yet. I knew it. Did I not call that? That zombie was playing... Oh! I was not expecting to be bitten like that. You were a very naughty one. Are you dead now? You are. We have to burn this body. We might have not played this the most optimal way right now. It's not necessary to use that now. It's dead. Alright. We have to move back though, because this thing will light up on fire pretty soon. You won't be able to see it. Oh. We're gonna juke this one. Just because we can. There's enough space to get away with this. Alright. You don't want to kill every zombie, because it's just going to be a very ineffective way of doing things. There's a knob on this, can't go through it. We came through there, so by the process of elimination... This one's a little bit easier to juke. This door's locked. The armor key. Let's see, we haven't been to this area yet. Trying to get through a lot of the areas first without having to backtrack as much as possible. Just because we could put ourselves into a precarious situation. We're going to save those herbs for now. This is an unlit fireplace. If I remember correctly, we can light the fireplace. If we had an item that I didn't grab earlier, we could get the map to the second floor. But I didn't intentionally grab it because I'm waiting Okay. So we've covered just about every area here. We're gonna have to go use the dog whistle, and then we'll have to backtrack here again. It's fine. The zombie should have a one-track mind and not be after us right now. There's another area I have to explore. It's not that area. Alright. I think it would be in our benefit to get out of Dodge. Just because we have quite a few zombies that are not quite happy with us. I don't want to kill them all, because remember, it's a horror survival game, my little wolfie, so you need to conserve ammo appropriately, plus we're in a new area. Oh, I remember this part. It's locked. We can juke him. Because he's not... It's the armor key. Let's go through here a second. We're just trying to get a little bit of distance. I think we have to go for the double doors if I remember correctly. Yeah, we can't do any puzzle there yet. Need to check the statue? No, not yet. This is for later on. We have to come visit this place. Now's not the time, but at least that gave us a little bit of, hopefully, distance with the zombie. Potentially. He's gonna jump scare me, isn't he? Oh, he did us. Wait. That's what the battery pack does? Oh, it's a defensive item, I see. Well, this is an unexpected victory. Is it dead though? If it is, you know what we have to do. Can't have... Oh. Nope. Okay. You're cool. You're good, fam. You're good. Whew. That was quite intense, Wolfies. I was not expecting him to jump back to life. He just got, like, shocked by a battery. I hope I didn't just open a door that I did not want to open. So if not, we're going to be greeted by an old friend. Okay, this is where the shotgun gets replaced. I don't remember if Jill's able to grab the shotgun now. There are also ink ribbons here. Alright, do we have the space for the shotgun now? No, we do not. We will come back to this part later, because we don't have the... There's no chest area here, which makes it a little bit more difficult too. Can I light this? No, we cannot. I will try random stuff from time to time, so you will have to bear with me with these. We're going to combine this. So if I didn't have as many items on me, I think we could use the health item. You know, we have taken some damage. We do have a first aid kit. I don't normally like doing that with these, but I also don't want to have to backtrack in areas that are going to be, how do you put it, very difficult to progress through. And we did actually take some significant damage. So we'll take the shotgun. We'll have to replace that, though, with this shotgun. Because the walls, I should have demonstrated, but I'm trying to play as effectively as possible to get as much content before we have to close the Moonlight Brew for the evening. But I wanted to try to get... not have to backtrack as much, because when you have to backtrack in this game, the zombie hordes that you'll have to then eventually deal with is... If you don't have to deal with it later, you shouldn't in this game. For the most part. Like, we're gonna have to make a tough decision here, Wolfies. There is a secret that is behind here. But it means we're gonna have to waste bullets and kerosene to be able to do it. Let's check the toilet first. It doesn't look like it's been serviced in a while. That's just gross. As somebody who has a restaurant, a coffee bar, we don't want ever for places where you have to, you know, do your business to be very dirty and unsanitary. This is just disgusting right now. Full of dirty water. Remove the plug? I believe we will. I mean, we're being a little bit of a busybody, but it's such a bad concept to waste water like that. And I could have seen that one coming a mile away. That is creepy. I will say, for a game this old, it still graphically looks significantly good. Is it actually grabbing my leg? Did they do easy mode? We don't... In the crisp playthrough, you have to actually kill it. Wait. She's gonna throw up in the toilet? Oh, honey. You did all that for a knife. I mean, I'm not gonna like the body because its head has been broken. So anything that has a headshot where the head explodes in this game, it won't come back as a Crimson Skull. But... one step due. Okay, we're going this way, I believe. Let's use the lockpick here. We're trying to check every area. I believe this is to get to the Earth side where we could use the dog whistle. So we might be able to... Yes. Oh no, this isn't the dog whistle, but... We have the space for it? Yep. Perfect. As much as I like having health items right now, this is something that we're going to need later on, and we won't want to have to revisit here. Also, we can get some kerosene refills, which we are potentially going to need. Well, those wolfies there, my little wolfies, are kind of hungry. So, I know some people would be like, well, why aren't you going for the herbs? We're not necessarily going to need them right now. And if we can always come back to it later and use those resources when we need them, it would be a bit more beneficial for us. Now we're going to have to find the area with the double doors for the dog. Oh! We're going to ignore these wolfies. I was not expecting that jump scare. I might have ran a little bit. Let's go for these doors. This area is not safe. There's no further use for the key. Yes, discard it. That's why I wanted to also get rid of all the areas that the door could be opened from. Alright, wolfies. We've done pretty good right now for ourselves. We've pretty much explored all of the bottom area. Barry?
Jill.
Oh, never cutscene. Interesting.
Other than I'm still alive in this madhouse? No.
Okay.
It's much safer here either. We'd better secure our escape route first. There's gotta be a back door somewhere.
At least Barry has a good idea of what to do.
Split up again.
Hey,
Wait,
hold on a second.
why you want to split up so soon?
What?
A can of fizz.
A can of Riz?
Yellow and mellow, those things.
Oh, it's a can of fizz.
It's yours. Hopefully you won't have to use it.
Okay. So we got acid shells. Nice. But we don't have a grenade launcher.
What about you?
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system.
He's got a magnum.
I see. Thanks. I'll take it.
See you later.
Can we have the magnum instead? That would be a little bit more helpful for us, as opposed to ammo for a weapon we cannot use at the moment. Well, wasn't that interesting, my little piece? Alright, so, by the process of elimination, there's only one other thing we necessarily need to do here. We have to go and use the dog whistle so that we can get the key. Remember, there's like an imitation key that we have to get to be able to replace. That might have been a tiny bit of a spoiler, but... Is it this door? No, this is the one that's locked from the other side. I believe it's this door over here. Not that one. This one. If I'm not mistaken. Or was it on the first floor? Isn't it the first floor? Yeah, we've been here before. 1 second, please bear with me. I'm trying to remember where the terrace area was. It's the west side, right? So, west side second floor, if the notes read correctly. We can't go through this door. This should be the west side, because that would be on this side, the east wing? Perhaps? Let's double check that. I'm gonna go through these doors against better judgment. Because we have picked up quite a few items. It might be this floor. Oh, you Peach. Sit down. Oh, it definitely didn't sit there. If I'm not mistaken, it's like... Is it through here? And I think this brings us to the terrace area where the dog whistle can use. Yes, perfect. Alright, let's get a little bit of distance here before we use it. This area is the dog whistle area. Here, we are able to use this whistle. I am going to use the shotgun here. Actually, that'd be a waste of ammo. We're gonna woman up here. I'm gonna use this. Oh, but we're not gonna have... Well, we can discard the dog whistle after we get rid of these naughty... Oh! Oh! I was not expecting that thing to come at us that way. It does have the key, though. Oh, you bad poochie there. Sit, boy, sit! Oh, he brought a friend. Oh, it is not... We might actually take it after... Hey! Sit, boo-boo, sit! Good dog. Well, that's the... I gotta take care of this thing. I'm sorry, my apologies. He is... going to... Do we double tap? No, I think it's dead. Are we cautioned? Yeah. Not exactly the way I wanted it. This is the key. We can't pick it up right now, but that's okay. There's a solution to this problem. This is the key. We can get rid of the dog whistle here. You probably don't need to discard it. Yes. I didn't want to go through the door, but we'll go in the door, out the door. We do have to go back to a safe house pretty soon, though, which we have one near us. This is why I did the run the way that I did. There was a method to my madness. There was a method to it. We can also use the green herbs here. Should we use it? Yes. Because we're not going to be going through this area too much. That should get us at fine. Okay, perfect. Now, what we're going to do is we go back to get the key. Hopefully the key didn't disappear because that would end this run. Alright, so you get the dog collar. With the dog collar, we can examine it. When we examine the dog collar, there's a switch. We will press it. And a coin is hidden in the collar. Let's examine the coin. It changed into the shape of a key. This is an imitation key. Shaped like the key, but lacks the rigidity, to be used as one. We're doing so well, my little wolfies. So now, we have to get rid of a couple of items because we have too much stuff in our inventory at the moment that we're not going to be using. So we're going to go back to the safe house. I also think this is a good opportunity to have a save, just because it's been a while. Remember, I like to save in intervals of every half hour. So we've been doing this for quite a while right now. We're gonna try our best to dodge the zombie. Because right now, I don't have health items, and I'm not gonna pick a first aid spray. That would just be relatively foolish. So, this is a good safe house to be at. Alright, so we have to drop off a couple items here. First off, we're not gonna need this. Second, we're not gonna need this as well. We could keep some shotgun shells with us. But the problem with keeping shotgun shells with you is that, again, we're trying to manage our inventory space as best as possible here. So if I have like 2 free slots, it will be beneficial to us. Because there's one slot that's guaranteed that's going to be changed up. When we swap keys, that's going to be one. But I still like to, because you have to pick up our item. You have to really think things through and plan ahead accordingly. Let's take a save. We can save our progress. So it's always good to stagger your saves as much as possible. But we got enough progress here where I'm relatively feeling confident that we won't have to save again for a while. So we'll put the ink ribbons back. We're gonna keep this with us for now. We could take the first aid spray, but I'm very against using them unless it's absolutely necessary. And in this particular situation, I don't believe it's truly necessary for us to use that. Now remember, we can't open those doors there. But what we want to do is we want to go back to the main hallway. Oh. I don't think we're going to have a choice here. Are you dead? Or are you playing possum? Let's see. Nope, you're playing possum. And that's fine by me, because I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to leave you be. We wasted 2 bullets, but that's fine. All we need was for him to get out of our way. This is why I came this way, too. Everything I'm doing has a reason, my little boys. Even though I haven't played in a while, I still remember some of the strategy, except for that. That was not part of the plan. That was definitely not part of the plan. Don't think we go this way, though. It's the other way I wanted to go. The brain fart. Let's pick these up. I will combine some of these. Be patient, my little wolfies. We're having so much fun with Resident Evil right now. This is an experience for both of us, don't you think, my little wolfies? Not this good. That is a Crimson Skull. That is what I was talking about. Those things are super quick and will end your run very quickly. So we're going to have to use the shotgun, which that's why I didn't deposit it. So remember this trap that I was talking about. This is why we did the run the way we did. So that we can replace the key without killing ourselves. Because dying would be bad in a video. And we haven't died yet in this run, my little wolfies. See that? That will kill us. How do we do that then? Well, we're going to use the imitation key. The imitation key will stop the trap from activating. Which means now we can examine this key. And now we have the armor key. Remember all those areas that we didn't have access to before? Now we have access to them. Now this area over here is for a shield, if I remember. I don't think we can use the armor key in this door. It's locked. An emblem of a helmet. We need the helmet key for that. So we still have to traverse quite a bit, my little wolfies, if we want to truly succeed. But I'm very concerned by the Crimson Head, so we are going to take the shotgun and not use all the ammo, but we're going to have to, because that Crimson Zombie is going to, the minute we open this door, it's going to try to end our life. We're not. Let's wait on this. If I could run without having to fight, it's always beneficial as well. So this area that we just did, we don't have any reason to come back to it. So we are doing so well. I have the key. Hold that for wolfies. I hope... Did you see that? 1 second, my apologies. Something random just happened. Let me switch over to OBS to make sure we didn't have like a little bit of a crash there. That was weird. Or maybe my computer unplugged there for a second, but we're good, wolfies. We're good. Still good. Still, how do you put it? Good and good. So, let's continue on, shall we? We haven't saved in a while, but we don't have what's necessary to do it. I'm not going to need a shotgun for now. We're going to try to conserve our bullet as much as possible. Because you don't want to have a lot of enemies, like I said. This is a weird area on modern controls, because it feels like you should be going a certain way, pushing downward, and then when you move, it's the complete opposite of that. We're doing very well. I would have preferred to have saved when we had the armor key, but... oh, that's... You gotta sit down, bro. I don't know if he's dead. I'm hoping he's dead. That legitimately scared me a little bit. Because I don't want to have to backtrack. That would be so unfortunate for us right now. Locked from the other side. We can't activate that. This is the armory key. We can open it. Don't remember what's in this area. We might have to go do a little bit of backtracking. So now I think there's some items that we can use, perhaps. Oh, there's some ribbons there. I don't remember how we can grab that. Well, I stand corrected. Well, this is good news for us, my little wolfies. Because now we have some ink ribbons that we can use to save. We don't have to really mitigate some of the issues here. Now, we can push this bookcase. And this will give us what is considered the music notes. We don't have the inventory space for it. On top of not having the inventory space for it, we really don't necessarily have a need for it either. So, I believe probably the play that we should do is go back out. We're just trying to unlock doors with the armor key to make things a little bit easier for us. That leads us downstairs. We know what's down there. We don't have power to the elevator yet, so we should not explore that area. So, by the process of elimination, one can deduce that we don't really need to go anywhere here. We're doing so well, Wolfies. I'm very, very pleased with this run so far. I just wish there was a safe house a little bit closer to home. We are going to save here, just because we have a lot of ink ribbons in the box, and I don't want to have to backtrack so much for the key. You know, and if we need more ink ribbons in the future, remember where the shotgun area is. Even though we would have to dodge the dogs, we can go back and get them. So it's not really that bad for us, my little wolfies. Let me check. Is this door here an armor door? I think it's a helmet key. It's locked. Helmet key, yes. So, by the process of elimination, I think the only helmet doors should be up this way. Was it this door? No, we can go through that door. There is an armor key door here, though. Correct? Yes. Go through the door and see what happens. I don't remember exactly what occurs here. Cutscene? Richard?
What happened? You're wounded.
What happened to you, Richard?
This whole place is a killing zone.
Well, that's definitely not the most amazing voice acting.
What did this to you?
Richard is looking a little worse for wear. A big snake.
And it had to be poisonous.
He's about to die, isn't he?
Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
Oh, the syrup is all the way back in the beginning.
You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Should we save him? I think we need him for the good ending, if I'm not mistaken. But we have to do so much backtracking to get that serum. It's all the way on the first floor by the mansion where we had the items. Let's go save him. I believe that's probably where, after we save him, if we can save again, we will probably end it there for the day, because I will have to close the Moonlight Brew pretty soon. We can't go after hours. Please, my wolfies, remember that it's up that way that we have to go. I think the serum, though, is... Well, it's such an inconvenient place, my little wolfies. We would really, truly have to backtrack quite a bit. Which is quite unfortunate for what we're trying to do, but... He needs the serum, and I think it counts towards the good ending. So, you remember that low area that was tucked away on the second floor where we had to fight the zombies? we're gonna have to go there. Which means we are potentially gonna run into more Crimson Heads. Which we're not necessarily ready to fight. I'm gonna try my best to not screw this up. So it's up on the second floor. Then we're gonna have to backtrack too, which it's going to be a bit of a hassle just to save Richard. But I think it'll be worth it in the long run. Oh, Richard, you. Oh, it's a Crimson Head. Thank goodness for health items, but now's not the time for that. It's not that way. I actually need to go for the R way, but sit down. I might have just wasted bullets, potentially. It's okay. There might be another Crimson Head. I don't even remember which ones are Crimson Heads and which ones aren't. I might be panicking, my little wolfies. I really... the mirror trick, wasn't it? I think we could probably dodge him. Yeah, we can dodge him. I really don't want to waste as much ammo as possible here. Just because it could come back to bite us in the rear end. Oh, you gotta be kidding. This might be where we probably take a GG. I need to go down that way. You're probably like, why am I doing this? Oh, all of them are coming back to life here. We are going to have to fight for our lives. Our very survival is going to depend on it. I really don't want to use this, but we have to. We gotta get the serum, right? There's the serum. Will we take it? Yes. I don't want to save it just yet. Because I feel like we don't necessarily need to. We are going to have to juke these zombies, though. This is going to be a miracle juke. Gotta go back up that way. And we have many friends that are trying to reach out and touch someone, as they say. Oh, baby. I'm gonna have to take a bite here. Get off me. Get off me, bro. Whew. Very intense, wolfies. But we're trying to save Richard. I hope this is worth it for Richard's sake. I hope Richard does not decide to be a Richard. That's a sophisticated joke. Are you all good, my little wolfies? Do you have enough coffee? We can serve you some more. Do you have enough adult beverages? That is, obviously, if you are of age, because we cannot serve minors. That would be just very wrong. They would shut us down in a heartbeat. Do you have enough pastries? Do you have donuts? Do you have enough lemon loaves? The lemon loaf is a personal favorite of mine, especially with the icing. Alright, hopefully by the time we go back, we will have saved Richard. We didn't save, and we didn't really interrupt any of the playthrough. We did take a lot of bites, though, which is... it's going to be hard, because we're going to be pretty low on health. There are help items scattered around that we haven't used just yet, but I don't want to really waste too many of our resources. Let us go up this way, my wolfies. Let's cut across here. Wasn't that double door? It was the one over this way, correct? Good. There is another area that we can explore, wolfies. But let's help Richard. I was hoping Richard would be beneficial here. There's also the fly puzzle that we have to do. Richard? Richard? Richard, did you die, Richard? Or about to say. I just gave you... I just brought serum for you, bro. What was the point in me bringing serum to him if he was gonna die? Anybody. He just made me go on a wild goose chase. Richard. I can't even drop this item now. Richard, I went through a big hassle for you. And this is how you repay me. By dropping dead. What was the point of that? I cannot lie, my little wolfies. I am livid. We just went and played errand boy for him. And for what? Oh, it's a lot of zombies. It's locked. It's a shield key. We might be able to juke the zombie. We did. It was gonna throw up on us. What in the world? I don't know if this is the right play. I'm desperate for a safe house of some sort right now. This is a very dark area. This is the type of area where things can get a little bit cozy. Is there anything here for us? It's too dark to see anything. Are there bullets? There might be bullets here. I think that's bullet. Alright, we got more bullets, so at least we're plenty stock of ammo. If I remember correctly, if we move this, there's a zombie behind it. So it's not in our benefit to move it. Because it would just make everything we're doing much harder to do. There is the door. It is truly dark in here. Hopefully we will not die. I'm pretty livid about the serum incident. Don't want to kill you unless I have to. Okay. We're kind of... there's another one here. Let's see. I'm trying to go through as many doors as possible. We might have to kill some of these zombies. I just came from here. Everything looks the same in this area. This way? There's no door, it's just that? What's the purpose of this area being? We got bamboozled there. My wolfies. They sent us on a wild goose chase. I don't even want to kill that. I just want to try to sneak by it. He jump scared us. I have health items and I can't grab those right now. So we're pretty full on items. I would have never gone to get the serum if I knew that this was going to be the way that Richard repaid us. Let's use the armor key. I can't go through there to put an item because we don't have it just yet. I don't have the space for that either. Can we open this door? Locked from the other side. How unfortunate. There is a rest area around here. We are going to have to drop stuff off. The problem, again, is dealing with all the nonsense. Resident Evil, known for being pretty hard. That is why I picked the difficulty setting. You were laughing at me, Wolfies, but this is no joke. It really isn't. Gameplay can get quite intense. I need that, but I can't grab it just yet. We gotta put some items away, Wolfies. Well, we're also going to have to save. Look at all those items that we just got. See, I don't want to use those. I'm trying to conserve them as much as possible, Wolfies. We do need the chemicals right now. You're probably like, but why? Category General. There is a method to my madness. We should pick these up. That's the only problem is inventory management is quite difficult in this game. I'm gonna put the shotgun away for a second. I'm also gonna put this away for a second. The reason for this is I want to be able to pick up these items. As many of them as we can. Because we might need these much later on in scenario rounds. We have not come across the grenade launcher just yet. Actually, I do not remember where the grenade launcher is. But we are going to stockpile some of these items. If I remember correctly, don't the first aid sprays affect your score in the very end? Like, I don't matter what letter grade we get. I'm not too concerned with that. I am concerned with being able to finish the game eventually with you, my wolfies. Not just yet. Let's use the shotgun. Ooh, do I have shotgun shells? I remember putting them in here. I do. Good. Let's combine. It'll save 3 shotgun shells. We're going to conserve the shotgun shells as well. Don't worry, wolfies. Method 2. Jinro's madness. I think we should get the chemicals. Because there's an area where I'm going to have to use that. And I have to use the armory key to get to it. We'll save for the moment. Use the ink ribbon, we shall. Let's use it with Jill. 6 saves. Pardon me, my little wolfies. I want to make sure how much time we have till closing. How much time do we have left? 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we have a half hour left, my little wolfies. Hope you're enjoying this playthrough. It has been quite a fun time for us. I do greatly appreciate all my wolfies that have come to spend quality time with us. I think maybe this might not be necessarily the best idea I've had, but we're going to put those ink ribbons there for the moment. And we're just going to forgo carrying an ink ribbon. It is taking up inventory space that I'm going to need for a health item. Like this one. But actually, come to think of it, my little wolfies, we wouldn't have enough space there to then have to do the puzzle, if I'm not mistaken. Because there is a door here. This is the armory key, or excuse me, armor key. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a puzzle we have to solve here. Let's use the lockpick. I will say the lockpick becomes much, much better to use over other things. Okay, this is a puzzle area, and I know how to solve that puzzle. But I think we're going to have to do a little bit more inventory management if we are going to be able to do this one correctly. Because unlike the other Resident Evil games, you cannot... Is there anything I needed from here? Nothing in the straws. Footprints through the bed. There's another ink ribbon. There are ink ribbons galore. No. We're gonna conserve those because we don't necessarily... Hold up. Can I get this? First aid box. This is new. I don't remember this. There's nothing unusual. So we can keep first aid in here. First aid spray was inside. Oh, so we can't... Well, we got our health item. That's not the health item I wanted to have there, my wolfies. It's a good thing I was observant. So we're gonna have to do a couple of things here, wolfies. We cannot do the puzzle part because we just have too much stuff on us. So I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to part ways with the shotgun for a second. It's okay, we have this area down here. It looks like we took care of all the zombies too. They seem to have gone somewhere else for the moment. Which I am perfectly fine with, wolfies. I think what perhaps the play here would be... Let's put this away for the moment. Let's put this away for the moment. I don't believe we're going to need the shotgun. Not just yet. Because I know what we're going to go up against when we solve that puzzle. Please pardon if you hear something in the background. That is a passerby you know, here in the coffee bar, obviously, in a very crowded metropolis, from time to time you're going to hear things out the window. It's a different language, I believe. I'm not familiar with that. I cannot translate for you, my wolfies. My apologies. If my little wolfies know exactly what is being said there, though, by all means, please. I think it was a good time that we saved, because I believe the game just decided to maybe on a crash. Potentially. Or not. Well, that is perfectly fine too, my little. It was an awfully long time to load through that area. You're probably like, category, why did you do what you did? I want to be able to take these. Because, again, I'm not trying to rely. That might have frozen our game, perhaps, though. I'm not necessarily trying to rely on using health sprays. 1 second, my little wolfies. The game seems to have gotten a little crashy, so I think maybe we should take a coffee break while I get that sorted. I have returned, my little wolfies. That was pretty quick, right? It was just a weird loading issue. I am playing this on a solid-state external hard drive, but I believe sometimes, even though this game is obviously not always online, if you have a bit of a internet timeout, it decides to cut you off or freeze up a bit. I believe that is what happened, my little wolfies. By pardon the interruption, although it was very minor there. I don't think I wanted to go back through this door. Oh, I did. Okay. So we're going to take this bug. There's a switch. We can't press that switch yet. Let me move the mouse cursor. It's a little disruptive. This is the B specimen. Assorted fishing lures. I think we have to examine the bee. If I remember correctly. Nothing unusual about the bee. Let's examine this one as well. It's a lure shaped like a bee. There's no hook on it. Okay. Perfect. I believe that's where the hooks are. Please bear with me. For this puzzle, we're gonna have to do a couple of things here. My little bees. Is the bee... This is where the true specimens go. Nope, I didn't want to press that. I think, if I remember correctly, the puzzle is you put this bee here. It's the correct one that it's supposed to go to, don't. Then from there, I believe we grab a lure. Various types of fish hooks. And if I'm not mistaken, let me quick chat. We connect these two together, which connects the B-shaped lure. There's also a fish tank here, but I don't remember if the fish tank does anything. The water tank smells like something once lived in there. Perhaps someone was using it to raise some kind of creature. I think we bypassed a note, too. Unlock case, it's full of various biological reports. Hey, is there anything we can read? I thought there was something else here. Apparently I was mistaken. Alright, so if we put this here, we push the button. Will you take the B specimen? No. But I will push the button. And this should give us this emblem. But that's a naughty bug. A very naughty bug. And that naughty bug is dead. That one we definitely had to do. Because I believe if you get hit by that bug, it does poison you. I don't want to use that. I wanted to examine it. So this is the wind crest. It's an icon depicting the wind. So we're going to need this crest for something. The only question I have is what? I don't quite remember my wolfies. I don't want to have to backtrack too much. We got the wind crest. Do any of you, my wolfies, remember where you should put the crest? Do any of you have an idea? I believe that's everything that we can... We got that way. I don't believe there was anything. This is getting scary. I don't have the map for this floor either. This might not necessarily be the way to go. Well, that would give us more health items. I think this door is locked by a helmet key. Yeah. So... we could grab those, but because we have a lot of health items as it is, I think it would be better to leave them there for later. Just so that we don't run into any unforeseen incident with these. There's going to be a zombie waiting for us. I'm afraid it's waiting for one of these doors. I was correct in that assumption, Wolfies. Hold up. Let me cook. Through this door. We unlocked it. That'll be a little bit more convenient. What do we have behind door number... we basically went in a full circle. Let's take this item now. Since we're here. You're probably going to look at me confused, but there is a reason. Let's examine it. The only thing is, we're probably going to have to fight a zombie and waste some ammo, which I really didn't necessarily want to do. This is a blank excuse me. This is a blank piece of paper. This will give us a map. But in order to use it, I have to... Did he break through it? Yeah, I kind of have to kill him. I don't really have a choice here. Just because... one of the few ones we had to kill. Just because he's going to become a nuisance. And I need to go back in that door to do a little bit of a puzzle. Let's use this. Can't have him... oh, he's still alive. God bless him. You're not going to get back up? Well then. Modern problems require modern solutions, my wolfies. It is very necessary to use that now. This is a zombie that will reanimate itself. Let's move back, because if you actually walk by the fire, you'll get burned. I really don't want to use as much handgun ammo as we've had to, but in this particular situation, it was a necessary evil. You'll probably be like, why did you go through so much trouble, Katagiri, just for one thing? I don't think this was the door we needed to go through. I think it was around the corner. We don't have a map of the second floor. Yeah, we didn't need to go through that door. I think what we need to do is we'll have to circle back to the main area just to be able to unlock some of the doors. I don't believe we can unlock them all from this particular situation, or at least from this particular trajectory. So, this is one of those weird secrets that it's so cryptic, most people won't know to do this, but you use this here. And what this does is it gives you a map of the second floor of the mansion. You want to take it, obviously, because you can then check what rooms you haven't explored yet. So we got the map. And it gave us a little bit of inventory management. We're going to, again, leave these here because we don't necessarily need them. I feel like if we were to use them now, it wouldn't be to our benefit. But I do believe, considering how far the next objective is, and we would be very far away from a box, that maybe we should do a little bit of just chatting to close out today's stream in the coffee bar. We are going to pick this one up this time. Just because I believe this will be enough to get us out of caution. Yeah, that is one of the few times I'll use it, just because we can conserve the red and green herb. 1 second, my wolfies. I want to see how much time we have. We were coming up in hour and 46 minutes, and I think it's time for last call, to be honest with you. Just because the next area that we have to do, to unlock the doors and stuff, we're going to be very far away from a save point, which would take us well over closing time hours for the coffee shop, so I think it would be in our benefit to just save in this area and pick it back up sometime next week. Just because there's a lot of backtracking. I have played, remember, this game before. Like, we're going to have to dump this. We're going to have to get the chemicals, because that's definitely the next part that we're coming up with. We'll probably need to get some kerosene too. 1 second, my wolfies. We don't need to combine ammo just yet. Yeah, I believe this would be a good place to cap off our adventure for today at Racoon City. I'm gonna take the bigger ink ribbons here, as at some point we might have to travel with some ink ribbon, and I think it would be in our benefit to save. Just because the next area, wolfies, we have to unlock a door, we'll have to use the chemicals, then with the chemicals we have to backtrack to use the armor key again. We're going to run into some crimson zombies. We're going to have a side quest that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do a lot of backtracking. And we're not going to run into another typewriter until until we get all the way back to the east side, where there's that one door that we have to open with the armor key, where there's a lot of crimson zombies that we're going to have to face, so we're going to need to get rid of some of these items that are on us. So I think that was probably the best decision that we could make for today. We have saved. I'm gonna double check there, movies. I don't necessarily have OCD, but when it comes to video games like this, if not, we just 07 the whole thing. But I want to definitely make sure that that's the spot that we're gonna, yeah, that was. Because now we have the ribbons, the fertilizer, the key. Let me double check here, Wolfies. We also have the rounds, the ribbon, the serum, and the wind crest. Everything that we needed to get, and we restock. Okay, so I was right. So the next time that we pick it up from here. Alright, my little wolfies. It is the last call. Finish your coffee, drink your adult beverages, gobble down that donut, chomp down that cookie, because it is time for last call. We can't really waste too much more time together. It's unfortunate. I'm very happy today. It was a very fun time visiting Racoon City. I'm going to take us to the just chatting screen. Hello. How are you all doing? Did any of you little wolfies get scared there? Are you okay, my little wolfies? Was this game a little too intense for you? Was it a little too crazy? It's okay. It's okay. I'm here to protect you all. So, did you enjoy Resident Evil? It is my plan that we will finish this game throughout the next couple of weeks that we have together. We're going to do it in small doses, though, because I don't really like to play the same game straight through. So, I actually figured, perhaps maybe, this is time where we could actually discuss exactly what the schedule looks like for this particular week. So, please bear with me, because this is something I'm not used to doing on stream, but it's something that just kind of gave me an idea. So that way you know what's coming up next on the channel. I have a schedule that is already prepared. Most of you have already seen it on social media, but just in case you haven't yet. That is the lovely schedule. Give me 1 second. I want to resize this in a minute. Or actually, maybe this is good. So, this is the schedule that we have for this week. The week of the 1st through the 7th. And by the way, Happy New Year. If I didn't wish you that already, that was a very, very bad wolfie of me. So, Tuesday, which was yesterday, was the grand opening, where we got better acquainted with each other. And we had a lot of fun time together. I think this time around, we actually were playing Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak at the very end of it. We had a very good talk with each other. You got to know some of the things that I like to play. I got to know some of you as well, much, much better. Today, we were playing Resident Evil HD. Tomorrow, I would like to do a Party Animals stream. So I'm going to be playing some Party Animals. I'm hoping to get a couple of my friends together for that one and just have a chill, relaxed type of vibe. Then maybe the following week, if this is something my little wolfies enjoy, we will have a full-on community game night where we will open it up to perhaps open lobbies where whoever wants to join can join in. Then on Friday, I do have to fix the schedule a little bit because it's a little bit bigger than what I was anticipating for this. Give me 1 second here because I'm not used to having to do this on the fly. Okay. 1 second there. I want you to be able to see the full schedule. And if I extend this... Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better now. Could be a little bit better as well. I mean, what stream would not be a stream without a little bit of streamer stuff? Okay, as I was saying, so Thursday, Party Animals, I'm going to try to do that with some friends of mine. Then, on Friday, it's going to be our first movie night together. So, at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have a watch-along where we watch the Super Mario Brothers movie. Not the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out in the 1990s with John Leguizamo and, what's his name, Bob Hopkins, if I remember correctly. We're going to be watching the recent Super Mario Brothers movie. We might put it playing on the Discord, but since we don't have the permissions to actually stream the Super Mario Brothers movie, obviously because it's available on streaming platforms, what we're going to do is, obviously, I'm going to be streaming my reactions to the Super Mario Brothers movie, so I won't actually show the movie on stream. You will have to queue the movie up on your end, and we will watch it together, simultaneously, I suppose is the way. In the future, I feel a little bit of a sneeze coming on. Hopefully I can hold it. But what I would like to do in the future is if there is a royalty-free movie that I can watch and stream, I will stream that with you that way. But because of the nature of this particular movie and not having the permissions necessary, it's for me to have to do it this way because it's just the easier way to be able to operate this so that it will go smoothly without any problems and avoid any type of copyright strikes. So you will have to queue up the movie yourself. It's available on different platforms, or maybe you have it on Blu-ray. I have it actually, a copy of it myself. I don't have to watch it via streaming. I'm going to watch it via my computer. But we will watch the movie together. I will react to it. I will give a little bit of insight that I have about movie and clips, and it'll be a very fun time. Won't you like that? You'll be able to sit down and get some coffee and adult beverages. Perhaps maybe I'll have an adult beverage of my own as we react to that content. And we'll just have a very fun time. Then on Friday, this is a morning stream, I will be playing Vampire Survivors because it is a quite interesting game, and I want to be able to get a little bit more into it. And adventure mode was an interesting concept. I don't think it was particularly the greatest of execution, but it seems like it's a very fun game, and I still want to do things in that, because those runs are fun. I always like, as I mentioned in our debut, in the grand opening, I like a good roguelike every once in a while, because you never know necessarily what's going to happen. Then on Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern as well, we're going to be having a Just Chatting stream, where primarily I'm going to talk about stuff that happened to me during the week, things that maybe you'll find interesting. I'm going to talk about some topics that I've been seeing going around the interweb. We're also going to be watching videos on stream, so we'll react to content that users have recommended to me. I'll react to trailers that I have not reacted to in the gaming capacity, and we will have a very chill time. So it's going to be just chatting, but we're also going to be reacting to particular content that we see that is quite interesting from the week. I got a couple of suggestions here already, my little wolfies. So that's the schedule for it. Hello. See, you get to see my lovely face again. But that is particularly what is planned for this full week. Now, keep in mind, I don't know necessarily if I'm going to always have the Moonlight Brew open that many days per week. Sometimes, perhaps it's just going to be 5 days a week. There might be during holidays where I'm only going to be able to open it 3 times a week. But I will always let you know ahead of time in the schedule. My schedule will always be released Sunday morning. So if you're not following us on social medias, and those social medias are open now, just kind of tell you helpful links before you go. First and foremost, obviously, if you're not already a member of the Wolf Pack and one of my little wolfies, definitely make sure to hit that like button on this video as well, or as the stream, I should say. And also, definitely make sure to subscribe to us, because when you become a subscriber, you become a member of the Wolf Pack, and members of the Wolf Pack, eventually down the road, when we get to the 4,000 watch hours, are going to have special benefits. Like, you'll be able to join our membership, where I will eventually at some point do members only content, so you'll only be able to see some of that stuff for the members only, where I will probably, play games with people on stream. Not a community game night. This is just going to be like a community game night for members. A little bit of extra incentive for those of you who want to support me, far beyond just liking and subscribing and spending time with me. And there won't be any pressure either. If you don't want to become a member, I'm perfectly fine with that as well. I'm just happy to be able to spend time with all my wolfies. This is just something that'll be additional for those who perhaps want to support a little bit extra, and that they can. But definitely make sure to follow us here on YouTube, subscribe, like, all those things. Then from there, we also have a Twitter account. So I'm on Twitter. I do react to your tweets. I interact with everybody that I'm following, and I will follow more members of the Wolfpack, because I want to do things a bit differently as an Oshi. I want to be able to follow everybody, because I feel like I want you to be as much included in this community as possible. And some of the bigger idols and Oshis that you have are so busy, and they can't follow, obviously, because of millions and millions of followers they have. And that's not a knock on those Oshis. I'm a jailbird. I'm a Pebble. I love everything that Hololive is doing. I like the stuff that Sanji, I don't pronounce that correctly, is doing as well. I lift all those people up, but as your Oshi, the way I would like to operate is I would like to follow everybody that's following me back, so that you can just have like that little extra inclusive things. I can get to know all of you a tiny little bit better. I can't guarantee that I'm always going to be able to respond to everybody or react to everybody, because it's a very busy job running this Moonlight Brew, as well as streaming, as well as making content. So, it's going to be an interesting experience, but at least in the beginning, that's how I would like to operate. I want to make you all feel as comfortable and as welcome and as included in things that we do here in the Moonlight Brewery. So, I definitely want that to be one of my objectives. We're also on TikTok, so you can follow me at tiktok.com/@categorygenro. We're on Twitter, twitter.com @categorygenro. You know how to spell it if you're on this channel already. I'm not going to spell it out for you because it's very easy. It's literally the same handles on everything. We are on Instagram as well, so we're at instagram.com, or I believe it's at category Jim Bro as well, because I think everything nowadays is at, and you just add whatever else it is. Then from there, what else do we have? I do have a Twitch, but because of recent Twitch policies, I had discussed this with my manager, and we have opted that we are not going to be streaming on Twitch, just because Twitch has a lot of not safe for work content, and I am a say-so VTuber. I am a say-so Oshi. I want to be able for everybody from all walks of life, from all age brackets, to be able to enjoy the content that I do, because the more members of the Wolfpack, the merrier. And I feel like if we were to do stuff on Twitch, it would be a bit of a conflict for what we're trying to accomplish here as a community and as a brand. Something that was recently asked to me was, how do I feel about channel art? I love channel art. In fact, if you do decide, I'm going to fix myself a little bit because I do have a little bit of a late cramp here in my little wolfies. It's been quite a while of doing this. Let me reset myself here. But yes, my little wolfies. So it's been quite a day, so to speak. But like I was saying before, artwork. I am perfectly fine with fan art. I am perfectly fine with anything that you would like to show me. You can do so. You tweet at me, and I will definitely take a look at it. I want to be able to retweet artwork on Twitter, maybe even on the Facebook if I see something really good. At some point here, if there's enough fan art, I'd like to even show off good fan art here while we're just doing just chatting screens. Again, I want you to be as included in this experience and in this journey and in this community as possible. So I'm always going to try to give you opportunities to be able to interact with me. Another thing that, though, was asked, which I feel like I need to address, is what is my stance on lewd artwork? If you want to draw lewd artwork of my OC, I personally don't have a problem with it, because that's your prerogative. That's how you want to express yourself artistically. Unfortunately, as you know, I'm a say-so streamer, though, so I would not be showing, obviously, for various reasons, that type of artwork on not only the channel here, but on social medias, because I obviously want people of all ages to be able to enjoy the content. And if I show something, obviously, that's a little bit on the lewd side or not safe for work side involving my character, it could cause a lot of problems for me, particularly. So I'm fine with it. You can show me it. I can't necessarily react to it because, my manager has certain things that he allows me to do and he doesn't allow me to do. And that's one of the things that we kind of want to keep it as clean and as say-so as possible. It's okay to, like, drop curse words, which I even have been trying to avoid the first 2 days because, in the heat of the moment, maybe you might drop an F-bomb, but I try to keep it as clean as possible. I even try to keep some of the jokes that we tell here mostly clean, because I know it's a rare thing that VTubers are say-so in this day and age, but gosh darn it, I am trying to change the perception of what VTuber and Oshi should represent. Maybe I'm trying to go against the revolution and break the mold, but that's like how I like to roll here in the Moonlight Brewery. Besides, if there was naughty stuff being shown around, we would get our shop closed up. We don't have those type of licenses. Have you finished your coffee, my little wolfies? Have you guzzled down that last beer, my little wolfies? Have you eaten your donuts and gobbled down your cookies and chomped in all those yummy, delicious treats that you've had today? Well, good. Because unfortunately, that is all the time we have left with each other. I must close down for the night, the Moonlight Brewery. As the saying goes, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I'll see you all for the next one, my little wolfies, till we meet again.